The first question to you, to begin with and for better understanding of the viewers, tell us about the Bharat Climate Forum, which organizes the Bharat Climate Forum every year starting 2025. Also, what are the objectives of this platform? How do they fit into India's overall climate action plan?
Basically, first of all, thank you so much for inviting us for this important issue. As you know, people do talk about the climate change as a problem, as a crisis, but at the same time, we must understand that this issue gives us a lot of opportunities to build our manufacturing base for climate-ready products. And if you see, already India has achieved its targets, which it was about to achieve in 2030, in 2024 only. And there is a big future in the climate products, and especially the clean tech manufacturing. Last year, when we started this forum, PCF 2025, we discussed it right there, and we could impress upon the government that yes, manufacturing is important, and the manufacturing mission which Prime Minister Modi is leading, clean tech manufacturing has to be an important part of it. May it be solar panels, may it be wind turbines, may it be the electric vehicles, and so on, and even the hydrogen. Mm-hmm. We are not so competitive in and same is there in the world also. But there is a great chance that we can bring down the hydrogen cost down, green hydrogen. And this is what we had been advocating for, and we are happy that the government included clean tech manufacturing as an important part of the manufacturing mission. This year, BCF 2026, we have called people from all walks of life, from academia, from the banks, from the financing institutions, policymakers, and ministers. We are happy that already two important dignitaries, one Honorable Vice President of India and Honorable Power Minister, Mr. Khattar, had joined this, and the major thing is, as you have rightly said, that for us, climate has never been a problem for us, because we believe in the sustainable consumption, we believe in the love for nature, we believe in the conservation of nature. We not only conserve, we rather worship nature, which is not the case with the Western world. And
in fact, that's been one assertion that
people are very much aligned with the nature conservation. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, now it's the time that India makes for the world, whether it is the electric vehicles, or it is solar panels, or it is the wind turbines, and we need to bring down the cost. But the problem is that policymakers so far, before this government came, they were too much impressed by the low-cost equipments coming from China. If we are not ready to produce ourselves, this cost will never come down. And therefore, this is a message from Bharat Climate Forum that we must build our place in manufacturing, in clean tech manufacturing of all types.
Sure, we'll talk about the progress that we've made. We'll talk about the reforms that have been undertaken in recent years to give a push to indigenous capabilities. But before that, you spoke about how climate action and how we worship nature has been part of our civilizational ethos. This was an assertion that was made by Vice President as well in his inaugural address. We've often heard Prime Minister Narendra Modi also talk about our way of living is in harmony with nature. In fact, before you answer that question, let's listen in to what the Honorable Vice President said at the event.
India's civilizational ethos has long promoted balance and restraint. Philosophies such as Prakriti, scared, and the principles of Avarigraha, non-attachment, offer timeless guidance for sustainable living. India's Panchamrit goals, as announced by our Honorable Prime Minister at COP26, reflect our holistic and resolute commitment to climate action rooted in equity and sustainability. These pledges chart a clear pathway towards a low-carbon future. With a target of meeting 50% of our energy requirements from renewable sources, the goal of achieving net zero emission by 2070. He has announced the target also, zero carbon by 2070. That is a great commitment, and that will be an exemplary target that the world has to follow.
So let me take across that question to Ms. Meenakshi Lekhi, understand from her point of view, understand her perspective about how this philosophy has translated or has shaped India's climate action strategy today.
So I would say that the strategy of India in terms of the policy making to implementation comes from this basic philosophy, and that philosophy is indicative of our ancient ethos, which the Vice President also happened to mention in his address today. So we look at the energy patterns two ways. One, of course, is the manufacturing or the requirement of energy, and the second part is the consumption pattern. Now, either we produce energy which is green, and for that the policy is green hydrogen, biofuels, to solar, to wind, to hydro, and that's where our sustainability comes from. And other is the consumption patterns. India, per capita, we have the least carbon intensive production and or carbon footprints. The consumption of or let's say responsible consumption, which has been so very beautifully summarized by Mission Life of the Prime Minister, which talks about living for the environment and being a responsible consumer. That's where the balance needs to come in, from production to the consumption pattern. And that is very easy for us to accept because we have lived in cohesion and harmony with the environment. That's what our ancestors and others came from. And those are the philosophies we have got from them. Now, coming back to the latest technology. So I'm very happy to, through you, to make it open for the world to know that 100% net zero off grid. Some of the sustainable solutions is what Indian company and Indian people have produced. And we have a great example in Jhansi Library through one of the private initiatives. One of the other exhibition hall, which is very professionally managed, is also done in one of the interior areas of India, in Banaras as well. So a couple of such projects have showcased that investing in environment is the most sensible investment. Rooftop solar to net metering, to grid stability, to having batteries, because today the dependence on batteries is going to go up, and batteries also have to be sustainable. Excessive use of lithium will create difficulty for us. The heating of lithium itself is creating difficulty for us. So alternatives like vanadium battery, air battery, sand battery, and I've seen it with my own eyes that sand is used as battery, water is used as charger, minus 22 degree in terms of cold storage achieved without using electricity at all. So couple of solutions which are homegrown solutions are something to showcase to the world, number one. Number two, because of our diversity in terms of geography, in terms of population, in terms of economy, brings out the best in us. And with if something has worked in India, be assured that it will work in the world, because we also wish to practice, like during COVID and other times, we have seen certain things are meant for the world, and it's not about charity. This is all game changing technology. It's about a different thought in economic development. So, if I go back to the words of the PM, he used to say, Vikas bhi or Virasat bhi. Now, Virasat obviously means the philosophical rooting of a country or civilization. And from those rootings of the civilization and the benefits which accrue to us is what we get to see all over, and the benefit will accrue to the generations which are coming generations. So whole lot of damage has been caused to Mother Earth, and there is time that we as responsible children try to assuage those problems and try to harness the potential of energy which is equitably available to all, and that is what inclusive development is all about. So on one side we are talking about green energy, on the other side we are talking about digitization processes, and third side, we also talk about Bharat Stack. So what is available to the richest person of this country or people is also available to the poorest of this country. And that's what the development has to be all about.